Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another weekend roundup. Today, we're going to take a look at all the mods released in the Giants Mod Hub for the week of June 17th to June 21st, 2019. This was a very busy week with the 1.4 update dropping on Tuesday, and then as an end result, we saw an abundance of mods being updated for the rest of the week, and I have to say, this will probably be a trend we're going to see for the next week at least with respect to lots of maps, because it turned out that just about every map that's out there has got all kinds of warnings in it related to compounds and compound childs. It's a pretty easy fix in GE for the map maker, but basically it's a lot of warnings, no errors, just warnings. But there's also warnings related to well, the horse area sometimes. Sometimes you get these warning physics errors also. Now, of course, we're doing this video on the in-game Ravenport, and that is the in-game horse area. Not sure why I'm getting those, since obviously all of them should have been updated for the 1.4 update. But maybe it's going to require me to sell that horse area and put it down again in order to get updated version or something. Any rate, let's go ahead and jump over to the Mod Hub and just take a brief look at all of the mods released and updated, and then we'll come back here and do a much more in-depth analysis and look at all of the new mods released this week. Okay, so here we are at the in-game Mod Hub, and we are all the way back to page 3. Well over 50 mods released or updated this week. So we're just going to fly through these fairly quick so we don't spend a half hour just here looking at the Mod Hub. This week started out with the Landy Legend tractor being released. A map, we got a map here released. Fendt Barrio 900 was released. An egg pallet was released by Mr. Hector. And this egg pallet has spawned a bit of a controversy. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Got the updated Homa Terra variant DLC. This dropped after the map update dropped. So if you've got this, if you haven't updated, update this because it makes it compatible with the 1.4 update. We saw the I for Williams LM146 get updated, and we saw the I for Williams LM208 get released. Is the larger version of the 146. As you can see, we have 3 axles versus 2. We also saw a release of this mod, which is pretty cool. These are pallets with barrels. So this is basically a pallet of barrels, as you would see, that provides you the ability to transport liquids from the store to all kinds of places. You have the ability to buy your standard liquids of water, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, and diesel. With that particular mod. Take a look at page 2. And page 2, we had a liquid fertilizer sprayer, herbicide sprayer get released. We've got a Deutz Far Rapmaster 4044. This is basically, or what it looks like, is for the most part a reskin of the Kuhn square bale wrapper. We had another map get released and get updated in the same week, as did the Estancia La Pacha map, got updated for the 1.4 update. Then we had the HW80 mod trailer. So we have an HW80 trailer in-game. This is HW80 SHA. Take a look at the differences between the in-game and the modded trailer here in a bit. And then we start every single tractor and vehicle released by Giants for 2019 got updated this week. And they all got updated with a sound update. Here we go. So we've got the Challenger PT800E Field Python, MT700E Field Viper, MT700E non-skinned skin, or snaked skinned, the Fendt Fendt 900 Black Beauty, the Valtra S Cow Series Edition, the Valtra T Series Cow Edition, Valtra T 234 WE Edition, Valtra N Series Cow Edition. Oh, I think I'm done with the cow editions. The New Holland 8340, the Hurlerman H488, Case IH 1455, the Dutes AgroStar 661, the Dutes Far Series 7, Lamborghini Mach 230 VRT, the Big Bud 450, the Big Bud 747, the Amazon Pantera 4502, the New Holland SP 400F, the Silo King Self-Line Compact, self-propelled TMR mixer. And we're not done. Back to page 1. We continue with the JCB 325T, the JCB 435S, the Case IH 1030 Cutter, the Case IH 1660 Harvester, the New Holland TC 5.90 Harvester, Krone Big X 580 Forage Harvester, the Rattle Smash 1403 pack, and then we take a little bit of a break. We also saw updated the Garage with Workshop Trigger, legal DPW 180-210 bale trailer mod was updated, and then we had some more Giants updates. Actually got updated twice. Got updated with sound fix, and then updated with some other fixes after the 1.4 patch. So all of these were updated at 1.4 and then later updated the same week. The Challenger MT700E Stealth, the Challenger MT900E Field Anaconda, the Liebherr TL436-7, the Liebherr 5, the L538, and then we had the Massey Ferguson 2270 XD, and then we are done finally. Thank goodness. That then concludes all of the Giants mods updated this week. Good grief, glad we're not looking at updates in these weekend roundups beyond this page. We had the Pterodos T4-30 get updated. Fendt Favorite 51X got updated. And then on Friday, we saw a flurry of really, really nice mods get dumped. We got the New Holland BCH 5040HB. This is a small baler, or small little bales you can pick up. Fendt Favorite 509 and 510 got released. This is the 515 and 511's little brothers. We had the Novacat 301 X8 Varia got released, and this mod is basically just like the in-game Novacat Mowers, except, well, it's got a trick up its sleeve. You can configure it to either windrow or standard widespread. Look at that. Got it in widespread mode, or we can switch it over to windrow mode. Very, very cool. Now, the Man TGX Forest semi-trailer. This is a semi-trailer that you can then put a long log trailer on and then have a crane to pick up those giant logs. We've got the Animal Screen Extended script. So for PC players, do you ever get tired of that clickety, 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 clickety? You pick however many animals you want, and at some point you forget what your count was at, and you're pretty much stuck with whatever you get. This fixes that problem. Thank goodness GTX from LS Mod Company have saved my thumb. They have the 2 chicken coops got released this Friday. Again, I've said this before. Sometimes it's quite comical to see very similar mods get released the exact same day or within a few days of each other. And here we go. Here's the case right here with a pair of chicken coops. And then we've got the award for the most unique mod this week. We've got a log splitter by Monolisher from LS Mod Company. This hooks up to your 3-point and PTO and basically allows you to split logs into firewood. Pretty cool. So let's go ahead and take a look over at the Giants forum for the daily mods updating thread. Now, I will tell you that this was last updated on June 19th. This was last updated on Wednesday, not Friday. Say this is a little discouraging trend that we've seen in the last couple weeks of this thread not getting its daily updates, as the title would imply, daily updates, but more or less being the every few days update. And you'll see here lots of the mods listed here have already been released. We can assume that the mods that are listed here that haven't been released have probably failed and gone back for update. Then we've got mods that got released that aren't even listed here. See, there's one chicken coop here, but not the other one. So some of these 46 mods as of Wednesday were basically released at this point because they've been tested and released. And some of these mods that are listed here have gone back probably to the mod author for a fix of some sort. I have to say, any mod map that has been submitted prior to 1.4 is probably going to get an instant kickback as a result of those those compounds and compound child warnings. So let's go back into the game and take a look and basically get started with our in-depth study of all these mods. Okay, first up, we're going to take a look at the Landi Legend tractor. This mod is by Robil81 Modding. Mod can be found under Medium Tractors. Scrolling over here. And here we have the Landi Legend, $110,000, 180 horsepower, top speed of 24 miles per hour, and 280 liter fuel capacity. Take a look and see where it is in the price range. So we've got the Stara ST Max 180 for 180 horsepower at $110. So we are right in the same general price range. Default configuration is actually, though, only 140 horsepower for the $110,000. Look at the configuration options. We have a 500 kilogram front weight, 800 kilogram front weight. Go with the engine setup of 140, 160, 180 horsepower engines. Get a front loader attacher. And then we have standard tires, wide tires, narrow tires, rear twins, twins all around, and back to standard. This costs $5,610 to lease, $1,100 per day, and $2,310 per operating hour. Go ahead and take a look at this thing. Take a look in cab. You have warning lights that came on. A little hard to see because of the daylight, but we do have an illuminated dash. The gauges light up and the LCD display lights up. Buttons are also lighting up. Cool. Fairly basic interior. No special mouse controls. Let's check the front headlights. Front lights. Second stage lights. Third stage lights. Pedals are animated. Left and right blinkers. Four ways. Have any beacons? Let's check our four-way lights. Right. Landi Legend TDI 140 160 R 180 horsepower tractor. Mod is available for just PC only. Next up, take a look at the Fendt Barrio 900. This mod is by Tom Ruthen and Lucas 2002. Now, this mod is available for all platforms, and we can find this mod here under large tractors. Over here we have the Fendt 900 Vario, $272,000. Compare that to the 900 Vario here, $272,000, 305 horsepower. So engine setup of a 930, 936, 939, and back to 930. Take a look at the modded version. Modded version, we can change rim colors. One of 4 different colors. Change the main color to one of 5 different variants. Burgundy and that. Take a look at that. You have a choice of Trelleborg tires in standard configuration, wheel weights, twin wheels, back to standard. We have Michelin in standard, wide tires with wheel weights, twin wheels, narrow tires. I like these narrows, not super narrow. Super narrow ones, I just don't like at all. Get around with those. Get by with those. And back to standard. We have Midas tires. Standard. Wide. Wide with weights. Twins all around. And back to standard. Then we have design of standard. Design line. You can see it changes the color of the grill and changes the exhaust shield. Kind of a chrome with brand name Fendt printed on it. Go back to standard. Design line. Back to standard. And then we have another design option that says standard. Or left, basically left beacon, right beacon, left and right beacons are back to standard. Then we have engine setup. 930 Vario Profi. 930 Vario Power. It's another 20 horsepower to 325. Then we have the 936 Vario Profi at 366 horsepower. We have the Vario 936 Power Edition, 386 horsepower. 939 Vario Profi for 396. 939 Power at 426, and back to the 930. Bit more engine options here also. Fully equipped, as you see here, we have $320,000, $16,320 to lease, $3,200 per day, and $6,720 per operating hour. See, we've got a animated display there, animated joystick. Moves the light up display. Throttle pedal down there moves. If the brake pedals move. Doesn't look like they do. As far as lights go, we do have a light up dash. Tab light that comes on there. That's it on that. We have left mouse button. Opens and closes the driver door if we left mouse and go forward and back or up and down. Left mouse left and right opens and closes the rear window. Right mouse button up and down, open and closes the sunroof. That. Close our door. Close our sunroof. And close our rear window. Check the lights. We have our front lights. Rear lights. Then we have our third stage lights. Left, right, and 4 ways. We have a bit of a cab or tractor suspension there. Whole cab there. Shifting as we stop. Guys, that is the Fendt Barrio 900 by Tom Ruthian and Lucas 2002. Again, this mod is available for all platforms. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Fendt favorite 509 510 by Trackfier 2003 and LB286. This mod is also available for all platforms. Find it under small tractors. We have 509, 510 favorite standard sound, and then with gear shift sound. So you know we're going to have to buy both, try them both out. $35,000 is all this thing's going to cost. 95 horsepower to begin with. Take a look at the favorite 511, 115 horsepower, $76,000. Fiat is the cheapest tractor in the bunch. 1300 DT is 150 horsepower for $59,000. This tractor is well below that in price, also below it in overall power also. This looks to be a little scaled down on the 511 and 515. We have a choice of rim color. We have a choice of main color. We have Trelleborg in standard configuration. Narrow tires. Normal tires. Wide tires. Wide tires with weights. Broad tires too. Broad tires, they're a little bit bigger around. Tractor hops up a little bit. Broad tires too with weight. And back to standard. Now I'm a little curious on standard versus normal. I think normal is a little bit higher than standard is. When we go to Nokian, we have communal. Broad communal. Big tires on the back then. Have design standard or without fender. We have the 509C for 95 horsepower, the 510C for 105 horsepower, 510C tuning for 125 horsepower, and then we can add a front loader attacher for of the Stoll version, ALO console, or none. Let's go ahead and lease this. Again, this is standard sound. As configured, $35,800, $1,825 to lease, $358 per day, and $751 per operating hour. Now let's take a look at the gear shift sound. This in a little different configuration. New metal, old metal. Let's check out old metal. It's out in differences. Same tire choices, I suspect. Standard, narrow, normal, wide, wide with weights, broad tires, broads with weights. Let's get these with normal tires, with and without fenders. 509C, 510C, 510C tuning. Same general engine configurations there, and the same overall pricing structure. Did get it with a little different configuration, which explains why the price is different there. Take a look at these two. Here we have the standard sound, then here we have the gear shift sound. So let's first try standard. Turn that up a little bit. That one out of the way. Try this one. Oh. Hit a rock. Okay, I'm not hearing a big difference between the two. I'm maybe hearing a little bit of a difference. Let's go ahead and check in cab. You have an illuminated dash, animated throttle pedal and brakes. Anything else lighting up in here? Have mouse controls if we left and mouse click, and up and down. Opens and closes the rear window. Left and right opens and closes the front window. Right mouse button, up and down, opens the driver's door. And left and right open the console side door. Check lights. Our first stage lights, second stage lights, and third stage lights. We do have a beacon. And our four ways. Right. Four ways there. Button everything up. Go. Guys, again, this is by Track Fair 2003 and LB286. This mod is available for all platforms. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Man TGX Forest Semi Pack by HJ S. Oh my gosh, it's a terrible week for mod author names again. At any rate, you'll see it in the lower third, in the lower right of the screen at this point, and this mod is available for all platforms. If we go to trucks, it's not there. It is forestry machines. There you go. Sometimes, I don't know why it's in one versus the other, but at any rate, we have the forest semi-trailer with crane, and we have the forest semi-trailer with crane. Here's to have a different crane cab associated with it. Whoa, this one has an enclosed cab, EPS cab. And this one has a bit more of an open cab associated with it. Take a look at this configuration options. We have the choice of rim color. We have the choice of main color. Then we have the choice of design color. Main color here is the cab body. Design color is the crane arm. And then, of course, the rim color is the rim color. Then we have a standard configuration. We have a rear trailer hitch. We have diamond plate or chrome plate. We have the engine TGX 26.4 or 640 for 640 horsepower. We have the HJM Power Edition, 880 horsepower. Then we have a choice of lizard wheels, Nokian wheels, Trelleborg wheels, and back to lizard. I'm going to go with Nokian wheels. That looks like that's what should be going through the forest. As configured, $183,300, $9,348 to lease, $1,833 per day, and $3,849 per operating hour. We'll look over here under trailers and forestry. timber runner trailer here. Truck. Take a look on the inside. Like any man truck you would expect it to look like. You have a secondary camera at the crane operator position. Checker lights. Front lights have a work light on the crane. It's good. Have beacons, four-way flashers. Go ahead and back up to this. Connect. And let's see how this works. So we hit X to unfold. Get out the supports. Let's crane back a little bit. Drops the supports to basically elevate the front of the truck a little bit, as well as the first, just maybe the rear axle. Crane unfolds there, and we get put into basket. Nice. Seen other cranes on trucks where you never get put into the basket, so that's pretty cool. Left click. Left and right. Rotates the crane as you would expect. Go in cab here. That kind of experience. Don't have an up or down option on right click. Left and right. Let me check something. Arm crane controls off. Yeah. On. Turned off. Okay. The crane's just not operating the way I typically see cranes operate. So left mouse button and left and right rotates the crane. Said that. Right mouse button, left and right extends the crane boom, retracts it. Left and right button together, up and down, opens and closes. Left and right rotates. Okay. Why is there no up and down? What am I missing on this? That was weird. I have to toggle to the crane and then I have to toggle on the truck. Now I can move it up and down, left and right, as you would expect. Or I can click and I can go up and down and in and out, as you would expect. This moves the whole arm. Left mouse button up and down. Right mouse button up and down moves just the secondary extension there. Left and right extends and retracts the whole arm. So that's as I would expect the crane to operate. That wasn't the default setup. Basically, see, having to toggle between the truck and the crane. Hold that up. Oh, I really should have got out of the cab seat before that happened. It tucks away nice and neat. Pretty cool truck if you are into forestry for sure, and you like doing your own crane work. All right. Next up, we're going to talk about a rather controversial mod. That is the egg pallet. Let's go ahead to Objects, Pallets, and we have the egg pallet mod, $1,000. Okay, holds 2,400 eggs. You can lease. No, you can't lease this. You basically have to buy it for $1,000. 2,400 eggs. Here it is. Basically a pallet with a steel cage on top, and it's steel cage on the very top. So, the reason I say this mod is a bit controversial is that not 7 months ago or so, a mod of same general behavior was released over at modhoster.com by a mod author called Ignite. And basically, the way it worked is you put this pallet next to your eggs, you would pick up your egg box and basically put it on top of this, and it would basically auto-load into the pallet. Once you had 16 boxes of eggs, or 2,400 liters worth of eggs, because each box is 150 pounds or 150 liters, you can basically put this on the back of truck, tractor, just loader arms, take it to the egg sell point, and sell it. That mod was revised a few times and actually was sent to Giants a few times for inclusion here in the mod hub, but for whatever purpose, the mod was rejected and never made its way into the mod hub. And then 6 months later, here in June, this egg pallet shows up in the in-game mod hub. Now, what does it do? It holds 16 egg boxes, 400 liters. How do you use it? Well, this particular variant of the egg pallet, I say variant because it's not, there are other egg pallets, okay? We've already established that. This variant of the egg pallet can actually place inside of the egg spawn trigger, and egg boxes will spawn into it, okay? Doesn't replace the egg boxes, basically spawns, set it in the spawn point, egg boxes spawn, and basically then are auto-loaded into it until it has a full 2,400 liters worth, or 16 full boxes. At that point, you can bring forks over, take it, and send it off to sell it. This is reusable. It doesn't vanish when it's sold. So if you have a bunch of these, then basically you can cycle them around in the egg spawn point. So I'm just saying it's a bit controversial because, well, over the matter of about 7 months, we had an egg pallet, same name, same same file name, very, very similar in appearance, basically show up over at modhoster.com by the mod author McKnight. And then 6 to 7 months later, a very similar operating and an extremely similar looking mod comes over to the mod hub and is released by Mr. Hector. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to go into any more conjecture on that because I don't have anything of any definitive proof or evidence that anything nefarious was going on. It's just awful, awful interesting to see this. You may say, how does that compare to the two chicken coops that we see today? Well, they're clearly different. They look different. They have the same function because they're a chicken coop. These two egg pallets look the same. They function the same. They cost a bit different, and there's 7 months differential in when they were released. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Now let's take a look at another set of pallets. We've got the Pallets with Barrels by Shaba FS. This mod is available for all platforms, and we can see it here under Pallets. If we go over here, we have the water barrel pallet, $300 for 1,500 liters of water. Okay. Buy one of those. Then we have the fertilizer barrel, $1,200 for 1,500 liters. $1,200, 1,500 liters. Fertilizer tank, $3,200, 2,000 liters. 1,500 liters, $1,200. So if I buy two of these, it's $2,400, $3,200. If I buy two of these, we're at 3,000 liters versus 2,000 liters. This is a good deal. We should buy these all the time. So here we have a 1,500 liter pallet of liquid fertilizer barrels. And we have herbicide barrels, 1,500 liters for $1,000. Here we have 2,400 for 2,000 liters. So 3,000 liters for $2,000. 2,000 liters for $2,400. This is a deal. You should get this. And then we have a diesel barrels, 1,500 liters, $1,650. Pretty cool concept. Pretty interesting idea. I like the value in these. I like the looks of these. I like the thought process in these quite a bit. Pretty cool. And this mod is by Shaba FS and is available for all platforms. Next up, we have the Log Splitter by Monolysher by LS Mod Company, and this mod is available for just PC. Go to Tools, and then Forestry. Scroll over here, we have the Log Splitter. $3,540. Have a 3-point hitch, tractor-mounted, PO-driven hydraulic log splitter. See, we have the hydraulic press here. Have a flat base. Then we have the stationary splitting head here to split the log up. Pretty cool. $180 to lease, $35 per day, and $74 per operating hour. No other configuration options are available. Let's go ahead and give this thing a bit of a try. Crooked. Grab our Fendt favorite 510C. Go. Let's go find something to split. Alright, let's cut this tree down right here. Let's get our chainsaw. So American wouldn't be caught without either Still or McCullough. Still. Cut this thing down. The description says that this log will accept split trees up to 1 meter in length. Not really sure how big one is. I don't know. I'm American. I don't know what a meter is. Let's see if that's a meter. I can't even pick that up. Let's cut something a little smaller. Alright, let's see. Is this a meter? This. Get her lined up. Hold the F1 menu. We hit N to split the log. I guess we need to turn it on first. Turn it on. And let's set it down. Go. And we get up here and we hit N. Put the log. Go. In again. Pick this up. In. And we'll get this one. And there you go. Split ourselves up a little bit of logs, a little bit of firewood. If I split this one up one more. I will tell you, growing up, I did enough of this log splitting. I really don't have any much need or interest in doing it in Farm Sim, but it is pretty cool nonetheless. There you go, guys. We have the log splitter by Monolysher over at LS Mod Company. This mod, once again, is available for PC only. Back up here to the shop, and we're going to get set up to demonstrate a few mods back to back that are all fairly similar. Basically, are in the same general classification of use. Next up, we're going to take a look at the NovaCat Pottinger NovaCat mower pack, the 301 and the X8 Vario. Don't forget tools and then mowers. Here we are. We have the Pottinger NovaCat 301 ED and X8 ED. These are the in-game mowers, $19,000 and $42,000 respectively. And then we have the NovaCat 301 Vario and the NovaCat X8 Vario for $19,000 and $42,000 respectively. What do these do? Well, as I said earlier on in the video, these basically allow you to mow in either a swath or a wide distribution. They basically have the same functionality that the Krone Big M does with respect to either laying it down flat, spread out, or putting it in a windrow. Over here and get our we're gonna have to get our big Fendt, I think. Of course, we could configure these either to be all three in the front, or two in the front, or one in the front and two in the rear. We're going to set this one up for. And we're going to go ahead down here to the lower hill We have a little bit of a grass area to demonstrate. Still have some windrow from before. Unfolder mowers. Mowers. Those on. Those on. You can see we are wide swathing. Left. Where do we? Change this functionality. That opens that. Where do we have the ability? Switch the width. Okay, guys. Well, I've got it figured out now. Part of the confusion was that I had a tractor that had mouse controls on it, so you need to enable the wide spread or the swath spread with mouse controls. See, right now we are basically leaving a windrow, a narrow windrow. Go back here. If we pay attention to the lever right there, if we left click and move our mouse left or right, we can see that lever move. Okay, so if it's in the left position, then it's a wide spread. Okay, in the right position, it is then to a windrow spread. Same with the front mower. We are here in the narrow position. We are in windrow, and we can move it to wide spread. At the back, get to wide spread. Basically spreading out our grass. Front narrow spread. Rear narrow spread. And now we're leaving a bit of a grass windrow. And the issue was basically I couldn't see that changing because we had the other tractor that was basically also had its own mouse control. So that is the Novacat 301 X8 Barrio by Ant HU. Next up, go back up here to the shop. And we're going to get the next mod, which is the New Holland BC5040HB. This is the small bale baler. Get to baling technologies. Over here to the New Holland BC5040HB for $40,760. This makes bales that are 530 or 521 liters in capacity, 6 miles per hour, 55 horsepower requirement, $2,078 to lease, $407 per day and $855 per operating hour. Go ahead and grab our little orange tractor here. Plenty of power at 95 horsepower to get the job done. We have hoses, PO hookup. I should have said that on those mowers we did have also hose hookups. Bring this down here. Check out this little baler. This mod is available for all platforms. Up, we want to unfold the baler. It opens up the rear little drop door and moves the tongue and everything off to the side. Lower the pickup wheel. Turn it on. Got animations there on the pickup. Got animations here, basically working the hay or whatever over into the compaction chamber. See the bale being made. Bale going through the knotter, basically. Bale coming out. Doing unwindrowed grass here. As soon as we start picking up some wider windrows, bales are going to start spewing out pretty quick. So, fan there, knotters, clean. Got a little animation on the knotter itself. Demonstrate that. Little knotter arm drop down. It'd be cool if the gears rotated also. Got some hay here. Put the little hay bales apart. Okay. Unload it. Hold it all back up. Look at these. This is what's cool about these little bales is they are you can pick them up by hand and move them around. Can't run with them. Clearly. All right, let's take this over here to this grass bale and just take a look at both of them combined. Side by side. Bales. Pretty cool. Of course, we have the ability to spin these around and everything, as we do with anything else that we pick up by hand. Which in theory might make stacking these easier, maybe, right? Depends how good you are with rotating these around. And then we can toss it. There you go. Next up, we've got the Dutzfar Wrap Master 4044. But in order to do anything with that, we need to have some bales first. I'm going to first make a couple big square bales, maybe a round bale or two. Then we'll come back and take a look at this wrapper. All right, guys, we've got the Dutz Wrap Master 4044 by Dim Creative. This mod is available for all platforms. Find this mod here under Baling Technology. And it is a square and round bale wrapper. To be a bit of a reskin in some regards of the Kuhn square bale wrapper. We have the choice of foil color, and we have 6 different choices. Got kind of a green, the Dutzfar green there maybe. Blue, a light green, pink, black, and white. Then we can change the main color. Game green Dutz are real green Dutz. With real green Dutz, lease this thing up. Change the foil color or the main color for free. So $54,000 to buy, $2,754 to lease, $540 per day, and $1,134 per operating hour. Go ahead and get our 510C. All our other tractors are down at the little grass area. And I basically have 2 round bales and 2 square bales to wrap with this. Go. First thing we need to do with this is hit X to unfold. And we'll wrap the square bales first. Go. Oh, this is it's unloading it automatically. I'm not having to hit Y to unload. Very nice. There's no unload option. This is unload. I don't recall hitting unload. Anyway, let's go to a round bale. Y to unload. I did not have to hit Y that first time. R. Y. Hold it back up. Just drove over one of our square bales. One of our little square bales. Alright, we just have 3 more implements, and then we'll move on to our placeables. We have the I for Williams LM 208 trailer. Go take a look at this thing. This mod is by Euro Agri Modding. Find it here under Tools, and then Low Loaders. Notice it's I for Williams brand now. It's not Lizard brand. $4,700. Buy you this trailer. Get it in a couple different configuration options. Have it in kind of a flatbed with front headboard, with ladder rack and sides, just side panels, or ladder rack without sides. Let's get it. That we can get no registration plate. Get IRL, NI, EE, UK, FR, NL, DK, Texas plates on this thing. Texas trailer plate, or a no registration plate. $5,320 as configured. $271 to lease. $53 per day and $111 per operating hour. A great trailer to transport our egg pallets or barrel pallets or small bales. Well, F1 menu, X to unfold, legs to come down, ramp, left click, left and right will allow us to raise and lower left door, right click, left and right will allow us to raise and lower right door, left click up and down, left click up. Right click up and down, raise and lower the little legs. Came down. Left and right mouse button up and down. Oh wait, it's because I'm hooked up to this tractor again. And this tractor has controls. We have our wheel. Push the center wheel button left and right. Then it rotates our rear support legs. Rear support legs moving with the center button pressed left and right. X to fold up our trailer again. It does have tension straps. There you go. We have the I for Williams LM208 low loading trailer. Next up, we have the Segup XS460 sprayer. This is a mod by Dim Creative and is available for PC only. Go to Tools and then Crop Protection. See, we have Segup XS460, $95,000, has 28 meter working width and 4,600 liter capacity. Sprayer holds liquid fertilizer or herbicide. You pick Trelleborg. Then we have our standard tires, which are the 270 95 R48s. Go 270 95 R48 inverted. See the tread basically changes here the other direction. Go with the 395 52, 395 52 inverted. 380 90 R50, then the inverted version of that, 52 85 R42s, and the inverted version of that, the 620 70 R42s, and the inverted version of that, 650 65 R42, and the inverted version of that, 650 75 R38, and the inverted version. 7010, 70R38, and inverted. And back to our little narrow tires. We have the Michelin's 380, 90, R54, R54 inverted, 480, 80, R50, the R50 is inverted, 520, 85, R42s, the R42s inverted, 620, 70, R42s, and the 42s inverted, 650, 75, R38s, and the 38s inverted, 680, 85, R32s, those inverted, 7010, 60 R42s, those inverted, 7010, 75 R34s, and those are inverted. And we're back to the 380, 90 R54s, and back to the Trelleborg. So I am a little curious. What is the what's the purpose with the inverted tires? I'm not really sure. Curious if folks can tell us what maybe in chat in the comments what maybe the whole purpose behind the inversion of the tread pattern. Back up here and just fill up with something. Fill up with herbicide from our barrel pallet. Now, one of the pictures in the website showed this sprayer spraying at dusk, and apparently there is a kind of a interesting light that shines down on the spray bar, possibly all the time or possibly only when the lights are on. Let's see if we can't maybe see that here in the daytime. We're going to take our sprayer up here to our test field. I don't believe it has any weeds in it, but that's okay. Kill. Fold the sprayer. Left click, we can raise and lower the boom. So, turn on the lights. You have, look at those. You have kind of a blue light on the spray boom. On. And we're off spraying our herbicide. This would be a pretty cool tractor to be spraying at night with this kind of blue light, mood light thing going on. There you go, guys. It is the TGX XS460 sprayer by Dim Creative. Like the narrow tires are care wheels, will not have any prop destruction. Drop the sprayer off there. And we're going to go look at our very last mod in the vehicles and implements section of the video. Is a trailer. Tab pulled up here. It is the HW80 SHA by Lexic and AAA modding. Mod is available for all platforms. You find it here under tools and then trailers. We have the default HW80 here comes in basically one capacity, 10,750 liters. Lizard tires or Trelleborg tires. Michelin tires are our options. Then we have the HW80 SHA variant in 24,000 liter capacity. Have some other options. We can change the main color. Changes the frame. Change the rim color. And the design color is obviously trailer body itself. Capacity 24,000 liters. 25,000 liters. 26.5. 24, 25, or 26.5. As far as the capacity goes, we have Lizard tires in standard or P1670R20 U27s, T1670R20s. Have the 1670R20s in L60 tread, 1670R20s back to narrow tires, standard tires, Trelleborg wide, Michelin wide, back to Lizard. 12,800 as configured. We do have a rear hitch. And see if we basically hitch two of these together. And this particular trailer holds our large fill types, our wood chips, chaff, silage, hay, straw, grass, and sugarcane. Not a trailer that you're going to use for your grain crops. A dolly style trailer, so it is not going to be for everyone. Is for sure. Sometimes be a little bit of a pain in the tail to reverse. And there we go, we can indeed trailer these together. Let's just take these over here to our grassy area and just see how they unload. Force unload. They tip up to their side. It's the whole side flips open. Hose is running along the bottom. See where they hook up to the trailer in front. Pretty cool. Cool indeed. Alright. Now we're going to go up to our placeable area where we're going to take a look at the last three mods of the weekend. Those are a pair of chicken coops and then the animal extended script. Reset from the last week's weekend roundup. Any rate, here we are. We have first up the chicken coop by Tim MOKS LS. This mod is available for all platforms, and it is a small chicken coop for free-range chickens. Capacity of 100 chickens. Here, $22,000, 100 chickens. They need either wheat or barley. Go ahead and put that down there. Here we have the buy chicken trigger. We have our egg spawn point. We have our food trough. Then we have our chicken house. Door. Chicken house area. That little door. Let's take a look. We forgot to check and see basically how this rotates. Rotate this. Rotates a little off center. Let's get a few chickens. What's it look like? Now, the mod says for free-range chickens, but this isn't my definition of a free-range chicken. My definition of a fenced-in chicken. Unless they happen to walk underneath these fence posts. At any rate, there you go. And then for our second chicken coop, we have the chicken coop. This is a chicken shed made from cheap and rusty materials for a total of 6 chickens. Once again, we go to animal pens. We have a chicken coop for $900. And boy, it's small. Put it down here comparative to the other one. One of these small, rustic-looking chicken coop. Got one right there. DF1 menu. Come up right here. We can get ourselves chickens. Go. Got your food trough right there. And pretty much everything you need to do. Looks like the eggs are going to spawn over here, according to the picture. Take a look here at the animals menu. Chicken coop, barley. Chicken coop, barley. Nothing special there as far as food requirements or anything. Go. Mod is by Not Ready and is available for all platforms. Now, last but not least, we have the Animal Screen Extended mod. And what this does is it basically helps you not have to go clickety 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 to buy a bunch of animals. So what it does is it adds up here the information as to the current capacity and the maximum capacity of the animal area, or I would suspect the trailer. What we can do is we can basically left click on this and hold our mouse button down. Left click and let's hold enter down. Okay, so let's do that again. So basically, confirm that. So if we basically pick our first one, and then if we hold the move button down, which is default enter, for more than 2 seconds, you can see down here it said pressed, and now we're moving, just holding it down. Once we get to 20, it will speed up. And just like that, we have put 51 chickens in our coop. We didn't have to click 51 times. Want to sell our chickens? We can do the exact same thing. Basically click on this once, and then we can basically press the enter key and hold it down. When we do that, down here below all the chickens, you'll see a pressed, counts down from 2 seconds, and now it says moving. See the number going down. After it's moved 20, then it kind of speeds up. There you go. Just sold 51 chickens without too much hassle at all. Pretty cool mod indeed. So it's going to be a standard now in all of my gameplay, because I really don't like the way Giants is doing this in Farm Sim 19, where you've got to go clickety 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 in order to buy your animals. Inevitably, you lose track of how many you've got in there. So the fact that this puts that number up there of the number currently in the animal area and the maximum number is a pretty cool thing in general. The fact that all I got to do is hold the enter key down in order to buy 100 chickens, that's even better. Doesn't take all that long to do. A whole lot longer if you were to have to do that your time manually. go. Ourselves 100 chickens. So guys, that was the weekend roundup for the week of June 17th through June 26th or 21st. Again, this is all the mods newly released in the Giants Mod Hub for the week of June 17th through June 21st. Tune in next week for next week's weekend roundup, where we take a look at all the mods released in the Giants Mod Hub for that week. And until next time, happy farming.